Well, a couple and an energy police officer are bonded for life. This is after the officer and the gentleman saved the woman's life from a burning building. Now, I'm going to share with you how one had the will, another had the drive, and the woman had the fight. Kathy Hendrickson is a proud grandmother.
I know. That's one reason why I'm here, because of them.
But on Tuesday, November 23rd, just 2 days before Thanksgiving, Kathy came close to leaving them and her other loved ones behind. That evening, her and her partner, Dennis Rottenstrow, were watching TV in her energy apartment when he noticed a funny smell.
So I got up and felt the lamp cord and the receptacle behind the chair there, and it wasn't bad. It just smelled like something warm, you know, something like hot wiring.
Kathy checked around her apartment and found nothing, but when she opened her front door,
that smoke hit me in the face and knocked me back because it was so strong.
The complex was on fire somewhere, and Dennis told Kathy to grab a blanket so they could escape the smoke. But the pair somehow got separated.
So I went back in and I'm trying to find something. And I thought, maybe if I get a rag and soak it and put it over my face, that might help me. And so I did. And when I got back out in the hallway, you couldn't see anything. I didn't even know where the stairs were.
Dennis made it out, but quickly learned Kathy was no longer behind him. That's when he ran into Energy Police Officer Sam Bryan, who was on patrol when he got the call of a fire and possible entrapment at the Williamson Village apartment complex.
The scene evolved so rapidly from the fire that her apartment went from clear to just a blacked out situation where the smoke had just inundated. And I sat there and looked up there, and my heart just sank. And I said to myself in my head, I said, I'm going to watch this lady die here.
But Kathy remembered her grandbabies and tried again to get out, falling down a flight of stairs.
At that time, she had enough energy in her, which that's all the energy, that's all the energy she had left to yell for help.
Without a second thought, both Dennis and Officer Bryan ran back up the stairs, quickly grabbed Kathy and dragged her out.
Is there anybody else up there?
It's on fire in the bedroom.
It's on fire in the bedroom?
Yes.
Is there anybody else up there?
Yes. Not unless they're in the other apartment.
Huh?
In the hall. I don't know if there's anybody in that other apartment.
We've got one person out.
All right, bud.
Kathy says she received treatment and only remembers waking up in Vanderbilt Hospital in Tennessee after suffering major damage to her throat. But the next day, Dennis and Officer Bryan had a chance to take in what had happened.
Cried a lot and thought of a lot of things you could have done, or if you would have done this, if you would have done that, you know, but it all turned out good. We're all breathing, right? We're all still here, which it could have been a lot worse.
Officer Bryan says he was just hoping that Kathy was still alive.
As I reflected back, tons of emotions were going through my head. You know, one, pure sadness, because one, I felt I could do more, and two is I hope she survives. And it made me reflect back on a personal tragedy I had months prior with my younger sister, being 42, passing away of a sudden cardiac arrest.
But Kathy had survived, and News 3 was there when the trio reunited for the first time since that frightful night.
When I walked in and saw her, I wanted to cry, because knowing that she had made it and that she was doing well.
I can't thank him enough.
It's not about thanking, it's about, you know, really her will to survive. And I was just at the right place at the right time, and any officer in my position would have done the same thing.
Doctors say Kathy's throat had started to close up, and she had blisters on the back of her tongue. She says they also told her it will take a while for her to be able to talk like normal again. But she's just grateful to be alive and happy she gets to spend this Christmas with her grandbabies.
I know my guardian angel was with me, because I wouldn't have been able to holler if somebody hadn't been in there in that hallway with me. And I'm just so glad.
Well, Officer Bryan told me the fire is still under investigation by the state fire marshal. Kathy has since been given a new apartment, but she'll need some new furniture. Now, both Dennis and Officer Brian both suffered some damage and say they hope this is just a reminder to make sure that you always have an escape plan in place. It's also important to note that I learned this week Officer Brian was awarded the Lifesavers Award and received accommodation for his actions during the fire. Beautiful, beautiful story there.
Wow, so emotional. Wow.
Yeah, I know. I loved it. I wanted to cry
Yeah.
while they were sharing everything with me, all three of them. So
Oh,
it was-
I just can't
It's a real
imagine
hero
being
story.
there. Wow.